the better team, but I felt sorry for it. That PSG needed their full strength to have a chance.
No, if you're going to spend that much money, have somebody else that can go on the pitch.
No, but eventually it tells. It's like basketball with Jordan. It's like, I'll just get someone else. There's only one Jordan. There's only, in strikers, there's only one Mbappe on the planet right now.
Yeah.
You can say, you gotta put someone else. Who?
I don't mean like that. I mean like...
Do a job? Nah, levels, man. Levels. There's a level for everything.
Mara is not striker.
No, but he's a pretty good player.
Yeah, he's able to score 2 goals.
Yeah, but City arguably have a 100 million player for every position in the field.
Yeah, that's why they're there.
Exactly. Making me point. But again, if you've got so many best players in the world, it tells when someone says, I'll just buy someone else. Oh, we already have all the best players.
Not even getting the talent out of the players that he has, and that's what counts, you know what I mean?
He's what?
He's getting the talent out of the players that he has.
100%. But if you're going to play, let's say every player is 100%, say.
Yeah.
The elite is close to 100%. The closer the player is to 100%, there's less coaching for me to dab onto that. If my players are only at 40%, I have a lot more to be doing as a coach. I'm like, oh my God, there's so much stuff. There's so much work to do. This centre half can't run.
But
now, if all my players are in a 90% bracket, I'm like, I just have to fine tune this, and I have a good chance. If we're not going to win it, I have a better chance, I'm saying.
Yeah, you have a better chance. I think there is a lot to the game, though. Even strategizing against how the other team plays. Even,
of course. But Pep could use the exact same philosophy and do it with Stoke and not win a game all season.
Of course, because he doesn't have...
Because he hasn't been... I will defend him on this. He's never been tested at that. Ancelotti. There you go. He's won everything. Everything, all the top clubs.
Yeah.
Now he's with everything. Because he's a coach. He's a real coach. He's working with not the elite. It's interesting to see coaches do that. I want to see the best coaches do all of that. It's why, I wanted to see Messi go to another team, which I'll always say to Ronaldo, fair play to you, man, went to other teams and all that. Because people got thrown at Ronaldo, oh, you're with Wayne Rooney and all, man, I do it somewhere else. So he did it, and then he did it again. It's like, and then he did it with Portugal. But he did it with Portugal, and they weren't the best team in the world doing the Euros. That's a big deal for him. I think that was a big hump for him, you know? Yeah. It's like, I'm not with the best team, and I won it.
He's arguably he's arguably the best player in the world at the moment. I mean, he's probably one of the ones that did grow in time. And he was a skinny little whip when he was with United.
Yeah, but I get the impression he worked his socks off. Like, Messi to me was always the player that's just naturally gifted. Ronaldo wasn't. He's like, even Roy Keane would say that about himself. I just had to work harder. I knew if I could outwork you, give me a chance, or a better chance. Ronaldo, by all accounts, was a beast at training. He was trained and trained and
United didn't want him to get bigger, frame-wise, you know.
He's a beast. But I have a lot of respect for him for that. He obviously worked hard at his game. Because he does have to work. I'm not a rocket scientist in that sense. I do think he's got to work harder on his game than a Messi. Messi looks like he couldn't kick a ball in the next 20 years, have a game of ball, he'd be brilliant. It's like he's got this natural thing, you know. And that's special.
Yeah, I just don't think, can you build teams around these players? Obviously, Messi wasn't the only player in Barcelona.
They were
everything, and Ronaldo wasn't the only player.
Yeah, well, the thing about...
I don't think, I don't know, it just seems to me like you can't use the excuse of they don't have Mbappe, that's why they lost the game. You know
with PSG?
Yeah, but that's what...
No, but the thing is though, PSG missing Mbappe is a bigger loss than, say, the prime Messi getting out of the team with Barcelona. He's a much bigger, because they rely so much on him. He's a huge player for them, Mbappe. Huge. Especially after what
That's what I'm saying. Then you're not building your team right.
No, they seem
you're
to be...
building your team around the guy, and then when that guy's gone, you got nothing.
They were looking like for a little that they went up a level this year, PSG in the Champions League. They really beat Bayern Munich, but with Mbappe and Neymar, it was like, wow, these have a chance. But then Mbappe gets injured, and you're like, oh, not so much anymore. We all knew it.
That's what I mean, though. I mean, that's...
No, but I think they're going to grow into that. But I don't think Mbappe's going to be there. I think it's a big move. I think he wants to move somewhere and then go on to Real Madrid. He's 22. If you're him, why are you staying in France? It's a terrible league, man.
Yeah. There'd have to be some big promises at Real Madrid, though, or Barcelona for...
They can't afford him right now. So if you're his age and you say go somewhere for 3 years.
Right now. It's going to take a
I'm
long
not
time.
winning.
Yeah, it's going to take a long time for Real Madrid to build a team where Mbappe can slide in and go, okay, let's win some trophies. And win some
100%. You're dead right, because like, if Mbappe was my brother, I'd be like, no, don't go now. We're not good time to go now.
Yeah.
Go somewhere. He's only 22
Man
or
City.
something. Well,
They got the money.
Well, the thing is, if FIFA Fair Play was thing, there's not a chance they can afford it. But the thing is, like, if he was my brother, I'd say, okay, you want to go to Real Madrid, don't go now. You're gonna waste 3 years of your career. Go somewhere else, have a great time, build, and then you're next. Let me
Listen,
know.
you're the most sought after striker in the world, so the world is your oyster, right?
Oh.
I mean, I don't know where he is contract-wise.
Well, the
Paris Saint-Germain are going to sell him to the highest bidder. Or,
well, the rumours for ages.
Liverpool would be a good.
Well, the big thing, the Liverpool rumours were because of Nike. And Nike are Liverpool people, they have the jerseys for Liverpool. And they're Mbappe saying they were like, they could subsidise his contract. These are all the rumours. Yeah. Oh, he wants 400 grand a week. Yeah, well, Nike just going to up his endorsement deal. Not on the down low. It's very legal. If you're Mbappe, you don't care. I'm getting my 400 grand a week, or whatever it is. You know what I mean? That's all matters to me.
At a certain stage, I don't know that you really want to worry about getting 350 or 400,000 a week, like, you know.
Yeah, but look at Bill Gates, 40 billion.
I know. I'm going to lose half of it.
And you make it back to the end like Bezos.
Or, you know, like a sixth of it or something.
No, you're right. I've always said that jokingly. Like, at what point is enough?
At what point are you going to do what's best for you? And
in the football, mate. It's not about money anymore.
Yeah.
But it should be a football.
Honestly, I think Liverpool are going to be strong. Like a strong team for the next couple of years. And
we're going to believe players back. We will.
It would be a good base for him. It would be a good place for him to go play, win some trophies.
And Klopp is your manager. He's a big carrot for a lot of the big players. Yeah. He's well respected, you know. Mbappe apparently loves him, you know.
Yeah,
but whatever.
I don't know. Like, obviously, City can afford you. I don't know. United's probably not there yet for somebody like him. Where else do you go? Right? Okay, if you want to leave Paris, you have Barca, Madrid.
Where do you go?
Bayern Munich.
Good point.
Where else do you go? You going to Germany or Spain?
There's only about 6 teams, and the thing is, he's got the pick of them. And don't forget Haaland. Whoever doesn't get Mbappe, and the names are in the hat, Haaland's going to the other team. Because the team can't afford Haaland and Mbappe, and they're the two players this summer allegedly are moving. Where does Haaland go? So he's in the same position. Super player. He's a great player. Big Leeds fan because of his dad. But he's not going to Leeds. Yeah, it's the move before the move. That's what it is, you know what I mean? Yeah. 3 or 4 years at a club, and he goes to Madrid at 26. It's a no-brainer.
How many players did that, and then their career fell apart?
Yeah,
for whatever reason.
Well, also the elephant in the room is Madrid and Barcelona are not a good place right now. They're not attractive. No. If you're the best player in the world, then we just want to go there. You want me to build you back up? I want to walk in to be the cherry on top.
I'd probably say Madrid quicker than Barcelona. I like Zidane, you know.
Who doesn't? Yeah, he's brilliant. I love him.
Yeah, so...
What a player. Jeez.
Here's another one, kind of going back on your previous point. How did Leicester win the league?
It was one of these moments, I think, in history that personally...
Didn't have all the money.
No, but they scouted amazingly. They got Mahrez and all. They got players that are really good. They scouted very well. Man City, Liverpool, United, Spurs were all in building mode. They were starting from scratch, like Liverpool building from finishing 6th or 7th. United were going through the Mourinho years. They were like fighting for 5th, and so there was a lot of turmoil of all there. Totally, they needed that look in place. It was Spurs' best chance to win the Premiership. Spurs were the ones with the best chance. I'm a Liverpool fan. I didn't sit there and go, we should be beating Leicester. No, we were building. We were starting from it.
But so. That's what I'm.
Stars Alliance.
That's what I'm kind of saying about the point of building a team around the likes of Mbappe and losing one player. They didn't. They scouted right. They took the right players. They built the right team. They built the right system, and they won the league.
Well, the thing is, though, they had all those players, and they were getting nowhere. They sacked the manager, and in came Ranieri, and he just tinkered with them. I used to call the Tinker Man. But whatever magic and that went, and the thing is, if you think about that year, if you didn't follow Spurs, because everyone knew Spurs was the threat that year, everyone followed Leicester. Like, never saw so many Liverpool and Man United fans following the same thing. It was actually kind of refreshing.
Yeah, of course. Listen, it was interesting to watch. I mean, it's not unwatchable, you know what I mean? But I don't know. It's just, it says something about stop buying $100 million player.
And good scouts.
Like, I can understand Liverpool buying $100 million player now because they're built.
Yeah, I get you. Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Attracting that player. Yeah.
Like Pogba. I mean, he ain't changing your fucking team around. Neither is Neymar. Neither is, you know what I mean? Like, you spent $100 million on Neymar, and now you can't win a game because you don't have Mbappe.
In United's defence, they got Pogba for literally nothing, and then they let him go, and they bought him back for 80 million, which is, I say, it's bonkers, I know, but yeah, you need good scouts, the best scouting, and the scouting is, like, if you think about it, the scouting gets in with all these clubs around the world. So let's say Man City, if there's a star player on NYCSA, Man City are going to have first dibs on it. You know what I mean? They just start. But that's around the world. So all the Premiership clubs will have all our scouts locked around whatever, you know? It's hard. Obviously, it's hard because the league is getting so big. It's like there's only so many humans out there.
Yeah, I think you have to go back to basics. I don't think buying $100 million players. Listen, this all stemmed from they didn't have Mbappe, right?
Yeah.
So they'll lose again. You can't build a team like that.
It's hard, but I don't think this was the end of their build. I just think they got a little unlucky at the wrong time. They needed Mbappe and Neymar to be fit to win the Champions League, and they still do. I mean, they're out now, but I mean, if Mbappe stays next year, if he's out, they're gonna. They got to the semi-finals of the Champions League.
Yeah,
which is decent for sure. Yeah.
Another team I used to like watching too was Southampton. Got picked. They allowed themselves to get picked apart. There was a team that was building like.
So a list of all the players that were with Southampton and they'd sold over the last 10 years. Off their charts.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so they
Gareth Bale.
They could have basically done the Leicester thing.
Chairman.
They could have done the Leicester thing. If they just held it together for a year or two, they could have done the Leicester thing.
Yeah, you can go through 1 to 11, and if some of them intersect in their careers that you're like, oh my God.
Shaw, I mean, you know,
Shaw,
as well when they did move, but
that could have been a
Southampton.
That could have been a right full and left full. Yeah. Van Dijk centre half. Like Gareth Bale out on the left. Theo Walcott on the right. Or Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain in the midfield. I mean, Danny Ings is up front for them now, obviously. Who else? It's a good few.
I think that's why you build a team, though.
Yeah, but it's hard. If you're building that team and you're that player, and you're on 10 grand a week, and someone comes in, I'll give you 400 grand a week. What are you going to do? Your man has a mortgage. Yeah, you want to clear it. It's a short career, man. At the top, man. 10 years.
Well, I mean, then when you look at Southampton, that has to be the one of the.
Yeah, the conveyor belt. Arguably one of the best in the UK.
Yeah. But here's the problem then. They got picked apart in
but they made a fortune
or two.
They made a fortune.
Yeah, but they did nothing to replace them with. Make a better conveyor belt then.
No, but
the argument can go on and on and on.
No, but I think that's their model, and they know what's their model. Their model is we're focusing on recruitment, scouting. That's the business model. I don't think they're scouting to win the Premiership.
Or have fans, if that's the case.
I know, I think some fans, if you're following a certain team, if you're a Southampton fan, you probably want to see players go out and do great. You want to see your team do great as well. But do you think they're going to win the league if you're a Southampton fan? I don't know. Probably not, you know. But you want to see them do well, obviously. But you want to see your team make a fortune.
All right. You may not win the league, but can you make
Europa, yes.
Or the Champions League even?
That's a stretch, but
it's not that much of a stretch if you kept all these players.
Oh, if you kept all those players, that's a different conversation.
Not saying you're going to go far in the Champions League.
No, you'll do a lot better. Again, you're going round about circle, I said a few minutes ago. With those better players, you have a better chance.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you're going to win all the best prizes, but the odds are in all sports. If you have all the best players,
Can't remember what Leicester did in the Champions League the year they won the
won.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got picked apart though. Ting left them for Chelsea to Kante.
Yeah.
Big loss for them. They lost their other midfield to Chelsea as well. I just brain fired. Do you know what I mean? That's where it's shocking. Jamie Vardy had a chance to go to Arsenal.
Paris with Leicester, wasn't he now?
Yeah. Vardy, Arsenal apparently were sniffing around Jamie Vardy. He probably should have gone.
Yeah,
He had a
late
chance.
in his career.
He was 28 at the time.
Yeah.
That's his last bumper contract. He just stayed.
Yeah. Why?
He got off the big deal, happy, probably his kids are happy, and he's older. If he was younger, maybe he'd moving on, let's say. See, Marino's the manager of Roma. We're all wondering where he'll end up.
I still don't understand how that guy landed the job.
Because he wins trophies.
I still don't understand how he can land a job.
I know. It's just
Like,
seem
when you're the hiring team and you're like looking at Mourinho, you're like, what's going through your mind?
depends what position that your team are in.
We need someone to patch up the team for a year.
But if you're
2 years.
mid-table, he could improve you, make you a bit better.
I don't know. Well, that's fine. I'll agree with that.
I don't think.
But I don't think
elite
United's.
anymore.
Yeah, I don't think the United's are the
Nah,
one.
it was never the mirror. I think even United fans knew then that. All right, we'll tolerate it. It's not gonna end good. Yeah, I think everyone knew that. Yeah. You know that he was the translator for Bobby Robson. Mourinho was his translator. Like he's made an absolute fortune. I still think his best win was Porto, one of his best wins. Or his best teams he coached.
This is stupid money then, right? So when United, Chelsea obviously got rid of him, United, Tottenham, like what stage are you like, okay, so we're going to give this guy a 5-year contract, he's going to work for 2 and we're going to pay him for 5.
It's part of the deal.
It's
part of the deal.
Like, is there that much fucking money in football?
Well, yeah. You would say, yeah.
It's disgraceful.
Yeah, but if a manager at that level, he's probably just on players' wages. Players are on that much money, like. He's probably saying, look at me like another player.
Yeah, but then everybody will cry if you spend $100 million on a player.
Yeah, but if you're
don't cry when you hire a guy for 2 years but pay him for 5.
Yeah, but you might win a trophy. You haven't won a trophy in 40 years.
Like, that's what I would say about Man City there. Like, that's where they have to be aiming for. It's just how do you break into that market, you know?
It's tough because all those
forget about the 30, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds, 60-year-olds.
100%.
Like,
but the odds are the kids that are into football, their parents are in those kids' ears saying, you know why they're only there, don't
in
you?
England, yes.
Around the world. See, the Etihad group are enormous.
All right, so with Europeans...
Not as much, though, like you said.
Europeans,
Not as much as, say, the UK and all that. I just wonder how much... A friend of mine back home just mentioned that the Glazers at United apparently put £1 billion into United. They've spent over £1 billion. Now, they've taken out more than that, which is, like you said, going, huh? But that's which just sounds odd.
When the numbers get that big, I don't think you can really fucking...
No, but the thing is, like...
They're not out of pocket $1 billion, so they really didn't spend $1 billion.
No, exactly. They juggled the money around. They laid the debt on. Whatever the difference is the debt is on Man United.
Yeah.
They just had collateral in the bank to get the loan in the first place. Whatever way they came up with. It's a game. It's a money game, obviously. And the thing is, like, Man City, to get to United's level, they're gonna have to spend another 2-3 billion. I don't think they can legally do it.
Time is the only thing that's going to help them. I don't
exactly.
Years
of I'd like to know how much they've spent since the Etihad Group came in. Probably $1 billion. I'm probably exaggerating, but a lot.
I mean, listen, it's obviously probably a lot more. I think when you look at what the Etihad do with Screw and then with these other teams, like, you know, listen, I'd love to be an NYCFC fan living in New York, but when you see the city colours, you're like,
it's odd.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that, because it rubs a lot of British fans the wrong way. Because you're dead right. Because if you're a United fan, you're like, you're a Liverpool fan. They should have picked a completely different colour. Because then all those fans are going to be like, all right, I got a local team now. It's weird, but you're right. It's a good point.
Yeah. I think that they're doing it to build their presence.